All right, so our first step here is to find the one resistance, right? The total resistance. So step one, our total resistance is 3.7 plus 11 plus 9.2 plus 8.7. Going to be a lot of resistance. All right, here we go. 3.7 plus 11 plus 9.2 plus 8.7. 3.7 plus 11 plus 9.2 plus 8.7 is 32.6 ohms, right? Our next step is to find the one current. So I is V over R is 24 divided by 32.6. And that is 0.736120. 7362, I'll say. Right, so that's going to be the reading on this, right? So this I is 7362 amps, and this one. So these will always be the same. There's only one current in any series circuit. If there's more than one current, it's not a series circuit. Yay, the same. All right, so here we go. And then these guys, the voltages are always IR. So V is IR, right? So V is equal to 0.7362. And then and this is V1, right? So let's find V1. V1 is here. Okay, so remember you want to go from upstream to downstream. What resistance do we encounter? That's the sound you make. It's 3.7, right? That's it. So I'm going to take that and go times 3.7. And that's 2.724. All right. V2 is here. Ooh, that's one of those tricky ones. Okay. So V is equal to IR. So that's going to equal to 0.7362. And now we're going to go from upstream to downstream, right? Swooping. 9.2 plus 8.7. Okay, here we go. So we go alpha A. There's my current. I've got an old-fashioned calculator times 9.2 plus 8.7. I get 13.18. 13.2. 13.1779 volts approximately. Ta-da. All right. V3, let's find V3. V3 will be here. Right? What we go up from upstream to downstream, right? We encounter only 9.2. So V is IR is equal to 0.7362 times 9.2. All right, so alpha A times 9.2, 6.773 volts. All right, least power dissipated by a resistor. Okay, well, since in these circuits you know the current, every single resistor has this current, right? This one does, that one does. They all have that same current. And since the power is I squared R, right, it depends only on the current and the resistance, right? The least power would be, of course, the least resistor. It would be the 3.7, right? Okay, so let's just toss the numbers in there, right? Let's go, power is I squared R. So it's 0.7362 squared times 3.7. Okay, so alpha A squared times 3.7, and that's 2.005. Now, how do you know which one is the least and which is the most? If you don't know, calculate the power for all of them, right? If you can look at that formula and say, well, look, the current's the same for all these resistors. The only thing changing is the resistance. bigger resistor is bigger power, so therefore this would be the most power, that would be the least. If you can't do that kind of reasoning, you can cut down your work by doing this. Find the smallest resistor and the largest resistor. Find the power for both. One will be the least and one will be the most. Yeah? Yeah, yeah? All right, good enough.